What's up, everybody? You know, it's the summertime, and we're here to give you all that motherfucking heat because it's hot outside. This is Jony Kenton. I am Johnny. The man over there is Kenton. We out here to give y'all the breakdown of the month of May.
What's good, guys? I hope you haven't been waiting too long. You know, we got lives and shit, so it takes us a little bit of time to get these out. But we're back again for another beautiful episode, and hopefully you all will enjoy.
And also for all our people who are still listening to this day, holding us down, thank you. Whether it be on Apple Podcasts or YouTube, we appreciate you. And let's get it started here. We're going to jump right in. If y'all have not heard of this podcast before, we like to break down our music reviews into 4 simple categories. The 3 hottest albums from this month of May, 3 other albums we got in rotation because we listen to other music, and then we pretty much have the same 2 categories but just with songs. So the 3 best songs from this month, as well as 3 other great songs that we just wanted to shout out. And then of course, Kenton comes through and hits us with the juiciest, the hottest section of the podcast known as the Shakedown. We got a lot to say for that, but y'all gonna have to stay tuned to the end. And with that being said, let's start it off. I am going to kick it off here with my 3 hottest albums from the month of May in the year 2019. We got Igor by Tyler, the Creator. I know people who've been listening to this podcast have been waiting for us to talk about this. Man, Tyler, the Creator, has really come into his own as an individual. We have gotten an amalgamation of all different forms and facets of Tyler, the Creator on this project. We got the amazing sonic qualities of Cherry Bomb in terms of just like experimenting and the diversity of it, but we have all of the beautiful polish, finish, and beauty of Flower Boy on here. And then, I don't know, just the way that this project got rolled out, the delivery of it, just there was hints of Loiter Squad in it. But the aesthetic was shot in as if he was like making a Golf Wang like lookbook. Like all the colors and stuff like that. Like Golf Wang, of course, is the fashion label that Tyler, the Creator, started a couple of years ago. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy to see all of these little creative aspects from the past couple of years of Tyler, the Creator's life just kind of come to fruition on one great project, that of course being Igor. I really, really like this album a lot, but you know, this album is really weird. I think I've heard a lot of people that I've talked to be like, you know, I really like the production, but Tyler just sounds weird. Like he's singing a lot on a lot of these songs. It sounds like he's not taking it seriously, but he is taking it seriously. I don't know what's going on. This is weird. And that's exactly where Tyler wants you at. Boy is a Gun is a great example of that. Cause you make my earthquake. Sorry, I had to get the one out.
The best song on the album.
Really? Ooh.
By popular opinion, it's the best song on the album. It's the most listened to song on the album. It's not my favorite, but it's the most listened to song, I would say, from the general population.
Yeah, that's true. It is the most popular song off the album. I would have to agree with you on that. Is it your favorite song off the album?
It's not.
Though?
It's great. It's probably my second favorite song off the album, but the best song on the album to me is New Magic Wand, hands down.
Hey, yo. Take one look in the mirror, implications so clear. I live life with no fear, except for the idea that one day you won't be here. I will not fetch the ball, eyes are green, I eat my vegetables. It has nothing to do with that broad, but if it did, guarantee she be gone. Well, I got a plan, but the walk in depends. If you can't understand, I'm a hawk in the gym. Eyes on the fly, got weight on my chest that I need to get off. I ain't talking to them. Can't be in the picture.
Yeah, that's a really good song. I've heard a couple of people say that that's their favorite song, and you know, rightfully so. The second you hear, I don't even know what it is, like a synthy bass. After Gerard Carmichael is just like, you know, sometimes when the door closes, you gotta like crack open a window or some shit. Oh my gosh, I get so hyped. Like, I want to hear that song live.
It's tough, man. Running Out of Time is good. That was the one that I split between Earthquake. I was like, is it second? Is it third? I mean, I think this is the most accurate Tyler has been in an execution of a vision he's had thus far. I think he really took his time and like dreamt up what he was trying to say, you know, put his emotions and feelings into words and sounds, most importantly, and then was able to create those sounds in a very organic way. That does give you that strong Loiter Squad feeling. And for those of you who don't know what Loiter Squad is, it's a show that used to be on Adult Swim, which is a subsection of Cartoon Network. It's like a late night version of Cartoon Network where he would just do like pranks and little sketch comedies with the rest of his friends, which also happen to be entertainers and just crazy ass dudes. So it's a pretty funny thing, but it's really random and sporadic, and even though you get hints of that in the album still feels like a cohesive piece of work. It doesn't feel random or sporadic at all. It's very well thought out, and I think this is really like a stepping stone for Tyler the Creator. For me, it's not anything like he's done before. I don't really feel like he put 2 projects together or 3 projects together. I think this was the first time he really like executed his dream of, I have this feeling and this emotion and I want to make an album about it, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I would recommend anybody who's listening to this who's a fan of Tyler the Creator, this is the tour you would want to go to. Like, you could already tell off the rip, this album is going to sound better live, and everybody who's going to show up to that concert is going to know the lyrics. So, like, guaranteed good time. Like, if I didn't have other shit going on, I would also be trying to get a ticket ASAP.
But if you guys do want to go see Tyler the Creator in concert, the tour dates are open right now. You can buy tickets online through Tyler the Creator's website. It also features Jaden Smith and Goldlink, and he just dropped a new album, so y'all better go get that.
What a stacked tour.
Jaden might drop a new project this year as well, so we don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, and with that being said, that's my first main album that I wanted to talk about. Well done, Tyler the Creator. It's weird, but it's the right amount of weird. So moving on to the second album that I got on here. For Real by YG. You knew I had to talk about this. This album was a lot. This album, I think, is more significant than a lot of other people realize. I think we're really seeing the maturation and blossoming of man who has seemingly lost everything and has had everything for so long. This album, I don't know, for me meant a lot. Maybe it's because this album was released almost in conjunction to the great Nipsey Hussle's passing, somebody who's near and dear to YG's heart. And then also just seeing YG really, really solidify his place in the game. I think this, the status of this almost rings true to Meek Mill's Championships. Like, right when Meek got out of jail, like, that was the most polished, defining project I had saw Meek put out at that time. There was no predecessor that matched up to the amount of energy, attention, and execution that came with that project. And I feel like the same thing could be said here for YG's For Real. A lot of people would say that YG albums have been hit or miss. I wouldn't say that, but I have a very intense West Coast bias. But if that's the case, I feel like this album was for sure a hit. The song I'm gonna play right now is Bottle Service.
You talking like you got the motherfucking check, but is you cutting it? Nigga, this your motherfucking homeboy section, nigga. Talking all that shit with a G-Shock on. Got your phone out recording like a bitch, nigga, put your phone down.
Can't do with 100 niggas with me, I'm a leader. If he say he about to shoot this shit up, you better believe him. I'm a dog, I'm a lion, I'm a fucking hyena. Got it out the mud, you can't get dirty cause you a diva. Little boozy in the speaker, so you know I get no fucks. Why'd you hit your bitch? I really hit it, wasn't luck. The war costs money, nigga, get your dollars up. I'm buying handguns, shoppers, and bulletproof.
And I think just based off of even hearing this song alone, you could just tell YG is not here to play around. He's been out here for damn near 10 years now. He really is an OG in this game, in all due respect. And now more than ever, I feel like YG has a larger responsibility to represent West Coast gangster rap almost, because outside of the very famous lineage of Bloods that have come before him, or it really has been YG and just Nipsey Hussle out here really, really putting down the roots of what West Coast gangster rap culture has been for the past decade. And now that Nipsey, his brother, is gone, it only leaves YG to kind of carry on that mantle. And you can kind of feel the weight of Nipsey's passing and that responsibility being thrusted upon him throughout the whole project. And that does not mean that we still get away from YG being an ignorant ass motherfucker. He will still give you them bars any time of the day. He's still trying to pop that pussy. He's still trying to be down for whatever. And you're always going to get that from him, because that's who YG is as a person. And you never want to lose that. And he does not lose that in this project. However, he's just coming at it with more clarity, more focus.
The man's a true storyteller. Like, Keisha Had a Baby definitely showed that to me. I was not expecting that out of YG, but that was some Tupac level storytelling. I played the album evenly because all of the songs are so good. The only song that I would like skip over is maybe like Hard Bottoms and White Socks, because you can't just listen to that every day.
It takes a toll on the psyche if you listen to it every day.
Yeah, like it's some real talk for a lifestyle that I don't live. So if I live that lifestyle, I feel like I could listen to it every day, but I don't. But just like my favorite songs off of this project in general, I think are definitely gonna be Keisha Had a Baby, by far. It's an amazing song. Do Your Dance, anything with the Bay Area vibe, you know I'm gonna be on it. And Kamaya's on there, RJ, Ty Dolla $ign hits him, and I don't even know who Mitch is, but man does his thing. And then the last song, definitely not the least though, is In the Dark. In the Dark gets me so hyped up, bro.
Yes.
So hyped up. In the dark, cold, crazy.
Get it dark. I just be running around my house, like apartment, just saying that shit sometimes, bro, because it's so fucking catchy.
Yo, YG knows how to get someone hyped, and I really appreciate the energy that he brings to music. It's something that we definitely needed, and the fact that he was able to perfectly balance, giving tribute to Nipsey while also, giving the people what they wanted and bringing a good body of work to the game in general is great, man. I would not have expected it to go as seamlessly as it did for YG, but I'm glad that he's back working with Mustard and putting out these hits.
Definitely. And with that being said, I'm gonna pretty much wrap it up there with For Real, and move on to the third and final album I got off of my list for the 3 hottest albums from this month of May. And that has to be the man himself with the Mando, coming straight off the road, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a road man, he ain't no fucking waste man. Skepta with the album Ignorance is Bliss.
Like a bullet from a gun, it burns. When you realize she was never your girl, it was just your turn. You gotta face your demons, don't matter how much money you earn. Your nigga said 4L, but the shit got real and he weren't concerned. The same old story, the world spins round and round, fam. Lessons have to get learned.
Bullet from a Gun is in the heavy running for Song of the Year right now, in my opinion. Lyrically, sonically, what a way to open up this album. I mean, like, I love this song. I love this song, and you'll probably hear me talk about it once we get to the end of the year of 2019. We have to do this, like, end of the year award shows, like for the Tonys. This song will probably get nominated for Song of the Year. Might even win, because I think it's really, really that good. Pretty much just carries on throughout the album. Of course, after you get past Bullet from a Gun, you jump straight into Grease Mode. Grease Mode is a great party-like track. You'd want to hear it in the club. I don't know if it'll play in the clubs here in the US, but it sounds very, very, similar to what a Travis Scott song would sound like if Travis was like featuring on somebody else's song and he produced it. And whoever the other guy is who's singing the chorus actually kind of sounds like Travis Scott, which is crazy. But it's great. I really like it. And then you go straight into Redrum, like that shit just gets me so hyped, and that's the mood Red Drum gets you from. And then we get to No Sleep, which Skepta performed on Color Studio. If you haven't heard us talk about Color Studio before, or you're not familiar with Color Studio, it's pretty much an in-studio live performance with themed color backgrounds. And I think Skepta did a great job for No Sleep, but just for the song in general. Like, this is the traditional grime cut you would want to see Skepta have off of the album. Really, really good drum bass patterns, still keeping that ringtone vibe that you would need for a grime song. And then, Skepta just comes through and it's just like easy work. Like, it's like seeing a boxer training in the gym, like Floyd Mayweather or some shit. He's just going after it, bar after bar after bar after bar. Like, you want to see that hunger from a grime artist, and Skepta gives you that from No Sleep. I could keep going track by track, but I'm only going to highlight 3 more for the sake of time. The 3 that I'm going to highlight is Same Old Story, which is just a solo track, no features off of there. I think that song is amazing. That is, of course, another traditional grime cut. That is literally a Nokia ringtone and then just bars. That's what grime is about. That is the foundation of what grime is. The second song that I also want to highlight is Love Me Not, featuring Shed Robbie and Be Live. That is some shit I am so excited to hear at a deep house club once I go down to London. Like, I know they fuck with this song. I know I'm gonna hear this in a club over there. So I'm very excited for that. It's a nice little deep house cut, you know, just showing the diversity of what Skepta does. So fucking British, just sonically. Such a nice little deep house track. And it's cool to see Skepta get in that bag. Like, it shows you what he's capable of. Like, you could really put this man on radio if you wanted him to. But Skepta's not going to want that because he doesn't want the attention like that. It's just crazy that he shows you the potential of that. And he's like, I could kill it, but I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to show you what I'm capable of. And then the final one that I'll probably highlight just to wrap this up is Pure Water. Y'all have probably heard about that song probably like a year or two ago if you're like a real Skepta stan. But if most of you guys probably don't even know what Skepta is, so I would definitely say listen to Pure Water because it is a hell of a way to close out the album.
That's a really thorough breakdown of the album. I think Ignorance is Bliss is a lot. It's a whole like man's life in an album essentially, and not in a sob story way, like in a very real, uncut, just raw sonic delivery. And I fucking love it. Like Johnny mentioned earlier, like we're both big fans of British hip hop and grime in particular. What was interesting to me outside of the music was the creation of this album and what his mindset was going into this, and like how he switched gears from Konnichiwa to this album, because those are two completely different projects. Like, yeah, they share some similarities because they're made by the same artist, but they really do hold their own and stand in their own lane essentially in terms of the music industry. Like, if your first time listening to Skepta is Konnichiwa and your first time listening to him is Ignorance is Bliss, you will think this guy is two different people. Like, you wouldn't think that they're made by the same person, but I appreciate him. I think he's always kept it simple and made it just about the bars and about the music, because he does produce a majority of all of his music himself. So I just want to give a big shout out to Skepta. I think this album was phenomenal, and I don't even look forward to anything else because I just want to live in the moment with this album.
Yeah, I'm so satisfied. Like, I'm so satisfied with what he's already currently delivered. I can't even think that far ahead. Like,
and that's crazy.
There's still stuff left to digest. Like, this is really a man's album. Believe it or not, Kenton and me have the same top 3 albums for this month, which is very, very convenient because we pretty much just like knocked out a whole category. Easy for you, easy for us. So I'm going to keep it moving into the next category that we have here, which is just our albums that we have in rotation right now, which means that these are projects that don't necessarily have to be from this month, but conveniently all 3 of mine are also from this month. May was disgustingly stacked. So ridiculously stacked, it did not make sense, almost to the point where I question things that I will be bringing up during the Shakedown. So stay tuned for that. But let's jump right into these albums that I got in rotation that are not from this month. And I'm going to kick it off here with Steve Lacy's Apollo 21.
If I could travel through time, I think I would tell myself from the past, you'll be fine.
Apollo 21 was just a good rock project from an artist that has consistently been able to deliver on the production stage, the songwriter stage, and the vocalist stage. This guy has been able to work behind the scenes with so many people, whether it be him being a band member of the internet, or producing amazing hip-hop albums such as Damn by Kendrick Lamar, or even just being able to add in amazing, guitar features off of a Vampire Weekend album, because this guy is a guitarist through and through. Steve Lacy has been able to take all of those little experiences and really push them into this debut project. And I believe it comes off really, really well. If you're into rock music, I think it's going to be difficult to not like this album. It's not a traditional rock album. It's not going to be like, Hotel California by the Eagles. But what you're going to get is a nice little mix between funk rock, regular rock, and even R&B elements. And I think that's a unique space to be at, especially for somebody his age, because people just don't make music like this anymore.
Yeah, this project was a surprise one. I wasn't expecting a Steve Lacy album to come out, but I was really happy about it because it's been like a year since I've gotten anything internet-wise, and internet being the band. And Steve Lacy is a really great guitarist. And this was some funky shit, man. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting like some chill guitar vibes, maybe a couple upbeat songs here and there, but he really captures like a whole nother side, I think, of black people that we don't really talk about or discuss very often, or like it's typically just like not cool, like black kids who like rock music or things like that. Like growing up for me, like that was never a cool thing. Like you couldn't be a black kid who liked rock music. Like it just wasn't something that was socially accepted by other black people, right? Like stereotypically black people have like three main fears, right? It's like white people, water, and other black people. Like those are the three main fears of black people. So it's cool to see like the whole culture like shift essentially, and seeing people like Steve Lacy step out and make projects like this, and show that it is cool actually to enjoy all different types of music, not just hip-hop and R&B. So I really respected this album. My favorite song off the album by far is gonna be Playground. It's so funky. And I'm just gonna leave it there because it really doesn't need anything else to be said about it. And I look forward to hearing something from the internet as a whole soon.
We'll see if they want to carry that momentum into an actual project, but I know, there's so much talent on the internet, it might be really difficult to get them back together again, just because everybody's popping off in terms of solo work. So now that we're done talking about Apollo 21 by Steve Lacy, we're going to move into my next other album that I got in rotation, which is Shea Butter Baby by Ari Lennox. The songstress holding down Dreamville right now. Ari Lennox is a relatively new talent. She's been featured on a couple of songs through Dreamville. Independent, young, proud black woman. And I don't think we've gotten a deep, we get some deep melanin cuts in here. You can just hear it off of the rip of this album, and I love it. I mean, for God's sakes, the album is called Shea Butter Baby. If that's just not screaming melanin to y'all, I don't know what can. And you're definitely going to hear that off of the whole project because, man, the way that it comes in with Chicago Boy, just the production of it, J. Cole knocked this shit out the park. I mean, talk about setting a mood, talk about setting a vibe. It just feels like I'm in, a really, really nice, smoky jazz bar. And this wonderful woman just comes through and just lays down the vocals of a goddamn lifetime. And she just carries that throughout the project, because once you get past Chicago Boy, you go straight into BMO, aka Break Me Off.
Break me off, and get you, yeah, when the lights is out. I'm summertime, pushing, put that game on pause, and do it how I like it, baby, nice and slow. Break me off, and get you, yeah, when the lights is out. I'm summertime, pushing, put that game on pause, and do it how I like it, baby, nice and slow. My knees get weak when you touch me.
Ooh, does that get me heated? You know what I mean? I'm kind of, I'm not trying to brag right now, but I've been dabbling in the world of melanin, and I gotta say, when I hear Break Me Off, I'm trying to let a sister break me off. Try to listen to the album. Because I would say it's gonna be different than stuff that you're hearing right now on the radio. This is a more traditional type of R&B. It's got an old school flavor to it. It's an old school flavor that you can't really find with new music coming out right now. So I just think it's a really interesting thing to listen to, even if people aren't into R&B like that. I think this album will provide something old school and something different, which is crazy because this album just came out in the month of May. It's very, very new, but it just sounds like vintage and beautiful and crisp. It just sounds like a classic album already. And that's what you want to see from somebody debuting a project, especially for their whole career. Notable tracks that I'll shout out really quickly. I know I've already talked about Chicago Boy and BMO. Other songs that I've really liked a lot is FaceTime, I Been. I love I Been. I love I Been so much. And then, of course, the namesake of the whole album, Shea Butter Baby, featuring J. Cole. That was also on the Creed 2 soundtracks, and you might have already heard it from before, but I think those songs that I've just previously listed really, really highlight the vibe and the aesthetic of this album in general. And I am just really, really shocked at how many people are just sleeping on this album. And I hope y'all won't sleep on it anymore. Please go check this out.
This is a beautiful album, man. For the black culture, I am not going to sugarcoat it. An amazing album. Shea Butter Baby gives me like Erykah Badu vibes. Like she kind of sounds like Erykah Badu, especially in that song. She's such a great artist, and I'm happy that she's in the Dreamville camp. I think they needed a female to balance them out some. This is a good project, and I'm excited to see where she goes from here, because this could easily be like that one good album and then you kind of fade off into the distance. But I feel like she's not going to do that. I feel like she's got a lot of good potential, and she's going to rise to the occasion for her sophomore project.
Definitely couldn't have said that better myself. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up there for that album, and I'm going to move on to my final other album that I have in rotation, and that is P&B Rock's Trap Star Turned Rap Star.
Please say more, because I'm really interested by this selection, because a lot of people were talking about this, or not a lot of people, but there was a lot of interviews with P&B Rock, like this is a really good project, and I just don't buy it. I don't buy P&B Rock shit right now, so I need you to sell me real quick, because I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm not going to say this is a great album compared to the other albums that I've listed, but it's a listenable album. And listenable is what I kind of want in the summertime, especially because just something about R&B in the summertime just go fucking hand in hand. And although P&B Rock is like more of like an auto-tune rapper than he is an R&B singer, I mean, we're in this weird era now where those worlds are colliding in all sorts of ways, and P&B Rock is a great example of that. I think there are some tracks here that are really, really, really good. I wouldn't say it's a great album to listen to front from back, but 1 out of every 4 songs really, really get me. The song I'm gonna play right now, it's between ABCD Friend Zone and My Ex. I'm gonna have to go with ABCD Friend Zone.
Met her in the A, told her where I be. I just wanna see, she just want the day. Kiss me with the friend zone, ooh. Kiss me with the friend zone, ooh. Met her in the A, told her where I be. I just wanna see, she just want the day. Kiss me with the friend zone, ooh. Kiss me with the friend zone, ooh.
I feel like if y'all listen to that song, y'all will be more willing to listen to this album. Whereas My Ex is just gonna put you straight into your Drakes. And I don't know if everybody's willing to be in their Drakes right now, because Drake isn't even in his Drakes right now. He's like with the Raptors, trying to get Kawhi to re-sign, but not really. He's still trying to get his chip with the dip, whatever the fuck that means. And that pop cut is what you're gonna find probably 1 out of every 4 songs of this album. There's 18 tracks in total, but I would say that there's like 5 or 6 really good songs off of here that are worth checking out.
Clearly I haven't listened to the album because, once again, I'm not buying P&B Rock shit right now.
Yeah, elaborate on this point. Why are you not buying P&B Rock shit right now?
Honestly, it's just because he looks like a fuckboy. That's just what it is for me. I've listened to his music before and I liked it, but it's never been like a full project that I was really fucking with. It was always like a single here and there, and then I just thought like, oh, he just looks like a typical R&B / hip hop guy. I think it was a combination of the time when he started rapping, or I don't even know if you call what he does rapping, when he was draking, I guess is the best way to put that. When he started making music, essentially, or putting out music that was commercialized, it was good. Like, he had a couple good songs that I remember liking. I don't remember their names now, but I remember liking them. Comparatively to everyone else that has come out thus far, like, his music has fallen to the bottom of the pile for me.
You know what? I can't disagree with that, and I also can't agree with that. So, like, I see both sides to this. I think, you're actually making a pretty valid point. I need more time to think of if it's the right point, but you might be onto something with that. And also, let me take this moment to say that P&B Rock looks like a weird mix of 21 Savage and Willie Cauley Stein.
That is the very accurate description of this man.
Wrapping it up there, those are my 3 other albums that I have in rotation. Kenton, what do you got?
Alright guys, so as I prefaced this before, for a very long time it hasn't been cool for black people to like anything outside of hip-hop and R&B music. However,
Speak on a king.
I have always gone against the grain
the way
and
I
listened
jerk
to a
off.
wide variety of music, hence why I am bringing you Dedicated by Carly Rae Jepsen. This album fucking slaps. I don't care what y'all say. Shouts out to
What the
Donald,
fuck?
my homie, for putting me on. Yeah, y'all can clown me whatever you want. Please do in the comments, because I need the comments. I need the money. So go ahead and put them in there. Roast me, please. I appreciate it. But sonically, it's a fucking great album, man. Like, initially, when my boy told me about it, I was like, yo, there's no way I'm listening to a Carly Rae Jepsen song. And then he put that shit on his story, and I listened to it through his story, and I was like, yo, this is some heat. I might mess with this.
I'm shocked, bro.
Went to the album, it was fire. So yes, I am all about this Carly Rae Jepsen album, bro. It's fire. There's so many good tracks. Actually, every track on this album is good.
Wow.
I haven't found one that's bad. Yes,
Wow.
I know. As a person who thoroughly enjoys pop music, this is a really great pop album. I have nothing against this album, really. Like, from the old Carly Rae Jepsen that we used to know to where she is now, she really has established herself as an adult pop star. And I appreciate it, and I'm here for it. So y'all can roast me in the comments all you motherfucking want to. I don't care.
You know, once out of every 3 fucking episodes, that there's some bullshit that gets floated up here. You know, whether it be a Bad Bobby track, whether it be, you know, Tyga pre-comeback of Kylie Tyga, where, you know, he's tying up furry animals.
Oh, you mean Kyoto?
Yes, yes, I mean Kyoto. There's always one, you know, and I should be more prepared for some shit like this instead of getting blindsided. On one hand, I don't want to be associated with it, but on another hand, I'm really, really proud, because when people come up and say that, hey, I listen to Jony Kenton and you guys just talk about the same genre of music, that's not true. That's not true. Because you want to know why? We shouted out Carly Rae Jepsen here. Well, more of Kenton. I don't know about me. But, you know, these moments really define this fucking show and what we're about. So I'm rocking with it, but I'm not riding with it.
Guys, I'm gonna be real honest here. Let me get close to the mic so you guys can hear me when I say this. This is my podcast. I talk about what I like, not what the popular opinion is, not what everybody else thinks is the best albums out there. I talk about what I think is the best album and what I'm currently listening to.
He's living in it. You're definitely living in it, and that's for sure.
And you know what? It doesn't end there. It doesn't fucking end there, because you know what? We're gonna play a song off of this album on the podcast right now, just for you guys. And you know what? It is what it is. The first.
She's like an Ariana Vente.
Yeah, you know, that's. Shouts out to you, man. That was quick. You came up with that off the top of your head quick.
I've been in a Starbucks once.
Alright, I feel you with your Italiano. I see you. Okay, but the first track off the album is called Julian. I hope you guys like it. Check it out right here, right now. My point has been proven. I know y'all like that shit. If you didn't like it, drop me a comment. But yeah, so my next album in rotation right now comes to you from the light brown beautiful goddess herself, Ravina. Boom. I don't know why I like this woman so much, but damn, she can sing. And she's got this like cute little brown, like little fairy look to her. It's like, man, brown girls out here stunting. I don't know what it is, man, but I love it. Shouts out to the brown people, man. Beautiful. Complexion on point. Sound on point. Deliverance. Pure deliverance. And the album is called Lucid. Now this is a very short project, you know, it's not a full-length like 15, 16 track album, but I like that it's short because you can get through it really quickly, and by the time you're finished, your first instinct is just hit replay. You don't want to do anything else.
I don't blame you. Her voice is ethereal.
Her voice is so smooth, man. And when I'm talking like she's on the Brown Fairy tip, like I'm not exaggerating. Like look at this woman and listen to her songs. Like you're really about to go into another peaceful dimension. I'm excited to see how her tour goes. She's gonna be in Atlanta. I'm probably gonna pull up. Actually,
Please do.
I'm probably not gonna pull up because I ain't got the money like that, and I'm trying to go to this Tyler the Creator concert. But I might play Lucid, man. This is such a good album. If it's raining outside, play Lucid. If you about to hook up with your girl, play Lucid. That gonna put her in the vibe. It's gonna get her in that mindset.
Hey, but make sure you're not in that mindset, Kings, because you don't want your dick to be lucid.
It's true. You gotta deliver on what is being asked of you when it comes to satisfying your lady. But it's a beautiful project, and I feel like you guys will really enjoy it. Do you have any thoughts about it? Have you listened to it at all? Or
I think I'm gonna listen to it in like a month from now, if that makes sense. Like I know you and me talk about this a lot, but like I'm just not in the place yet. I feel like once that like summer like slowness really starts to kick in, like late July, early August, then I'm gonna be all up in the South.
I think that's a good decision. That's a very smart decision.
Right. And I want to be ready because, you know, being a brown man and then being a brown lady, I just feel like I'm gonna connect with this album in a lot of weird ways, and I'm just here to stand all forms of brown expression right now because this is the first we've ever seen, like, in humanity's sake, like on a global scale. So, you know, whenever Nav is dropping something, whenever Ravina's dropping something, I'm just trying to see like what we're about as a culture. So like that's also going to be in the back of my mind as I analyze this. Even though race should not be a factor in a lot of these things, it's just because there's been such a lack of brown representation here in pop culture in general. I kind of have to see it because I don't even know what my own culture looks like on the global scale. And because of that, is there a common thread? Or are we the only race where there isn't a common thread? Is there no common thread because we just don't have anything out yet because there's so little of us in a pop culture sense? I don't know. I don't have the answers to these questions, but I'm going to be coming in to this Ravina album with those questions.
So you're saying that maybe the brown culture, it's like brown people in general have a music culture.
I don't know. I'm interested because this is just starting off.
I feel that. But all right, moving on to my next album in rotation, guys. This is a very, very, very exciting pick for me. I love Hispanic culture. It's so great. It's so upbeat. It fits me so well. And that being said, I am now presenting to you the album Literal by Juan Luis Guerra.
Ooh.
This is classified as a salsa y tropical album, but I look at it more as a bachata album. This should be bumping, yo.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful experience, man. And out of this album, there's so many different areas I think that they take you through as far as like a journey of music and like vibes that you're gonna get hit with. However, the one that definitely put a mark on me was Cantando Bachata.
Tú no sabes, no, lo que yo pasé cuando decidí irme a Nueva York City. Oh no, también que estaba yo cantando bachata.
This song is so hype. So damn hype. I just can't stop moving when it comes on. It's like my feet start to do things that they've never been told to do, but it's like ingrained in my body. I don't know how to control it.
All right, so we're moving on into songs for the month of May. We got a lot at once. This month was absolutely hectic. Came out of nowhere, and geez, it's just been a constant barrage of music this whole year. But that's what we're here for, to break down, the best and the hottest music for the month of May through songs. And here we go. I'm gonna start it off right now with "The London" by Young Thug, J. Cole, and Travis Scott.
I know you ain't hot demand. I'm ballin' on the pussy nigga like you want a man. I'm drowning all inside the pussy like I never swam. Hey, fuck your IG, I put something on your sonogram. I'm the man. Hey, hey. Meet me at the London. If you find time, we can run one. Talk about some things we can undo. You just in the pen, I can find you. 6'1" on the money, 9'2". You just say the word and I run through.
Some rumors have it that J. Cole is actually going to be producing all of Young Thug's next album. And this is just a taste of what is yet to come. Great features from Travis Scott and J. Cole alike, and most importantly, Young Thug comes and does what Young Thug does best, which is just gives you tongue-speaking lyricism. Like, I can't even explain it. Young Thug is a prophet. If you don't get his music or you don't think his music is good, exactly, that's where he wants you to be. Just let Jeffrey do Jeffrey, man. Dude, Young Thug speaks in tongues. He's a prophet who speaks in tongues. I'm fairly convinced of this. Moving into the next song that I got on here, we got Chance the Rapper featuring Tissa Korean, which I hope this guy is Korean. Otherwise, this is a pretty culturally insensitive name. With Groceries.
Traffic, looking for my chapstick. Big Star Patrick, haircut look like Brad Pitt. 5-star hotel, doorman look like Braxton. Fancy carpet, make her feel like make her feel like Jasmine, make her feel like jazz. Make me feel like I choose you, like I'm Ash. Take me to the box, cool, let me crash. Ooh, make me sleep, make me dream.
First single off of Chance the Rapper's debut project, like his actual real first album called The Big Day, should be dropping around July the 26th. I feel like the song wasn't like banging in the streets like that, but I'm also living in Texas right now. I don't know. I feel like people aren't fucking with Chance right now, which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is. He just became a nice, pious family guy. I don't know why, but people have been dragging him on Twitter and shit like that since he's announced his album. I still like the guy's music. I still think this song is very good. But who knows? Maybe those opinions will change coming up in July because the internet is fickle, and if the music slaps, all the problems go away. Kenton, have you seen any Chance the Rapper slander recently on Gitio?
No, I haven't really seen very much slander on my timeline in particular. But Groceries it's a good song, but at the same time it's also pretty annoying because it gets played so much. But yeah, I mean it's different for Chance. It's like a little Atlanta bounce, Atlanta spice to it. Yeah, I don't have any real thoughts about them slandering him in particular. I don't know, but what about you? Have you seen anything? Yeah, so I haven't seen any major slander against Chance for some of his latest works. I know Groceries came out, which I was also talking about, are planning to talk about a little bit, but it's a bit of a different sound for him, having that like Atlanta touch to it, since he did make his upcoming album, or at least what we think is an album thus far, in Atlanta. But to me, honestly, it gets a little annoying because people overplay it. It gets played so much that now I'm just annoyed hearing it. However, I do like the Minute Maid plug, because I'm about the juices, specifically lemonade. So I am the juice connoisseur, aka Mr. Jammers, aka Young Kool-Aid, aka the OJ got the real juice.
Where were these names for the Stay Tuned podcast? Also, boom, we're gonna drop a bombshell. Kenton's gonna be on the next episode. Stay tuned, so fucking stay tuned. Whoa! Worlds colliding!
Yeah, no, I just thought of him now, so.
Alright, well, fuck. For next time, I guess. Alright, well, with that being said, we're gonna move on to the final song that I got on here that I had to shout out for this month of May, and that is Megan Thee Stallion with fucking Simon Says featuring Juicy J.
Shawty wanna take the pipe all day and night. She might even swallow some if you paper right. Her kids at her mama house, she done to take a flight. Got a purse full of Magnum rubbers and some baby wipes. Yeah, I gotta have it. Ratchet pussy magnet. If she burp a baby out her mouth, I'm the pappy. Vip full of half naked bitches, ass clapping. Throw 1,000 ones in the air, now these hoes jacking. Yeah.
Simon Says, put your hands on your hips.
It's a hot girl summer right now. I'm not gonna lie. City Boys was up in the first half, But after the situation that happened with fucking Blueface getting robbed by 2 girls that were sisters that he thought were just his living girlfriends.
Yeah, alright.
Y'all winning. Y'all winning right now. It's a hot girl summer. Shit. I'm the victim of a hot girl right now. I don't know how I feel about this, but we're here, bro. I'm suspended. I'm a puppet. I've listened to Puppet a lot by Tyler, the Creator, because of this. Damn you, Megan. Look what you started. You so fine.
Yeah, that was a great way to end it, man. That song is perfect. Like, before I even knew what the song was called, the beat dropped, and immediately I was like, this has to have a Juicy J feature on it. And it did. It's like, Megan knows. She knows what I need. But yeah, we're going to move into my top 3 songs of the month of May, that is. And I'm going to start it off hot with your boy Goldlink featuring Ari Penn Smith on Joke Team.
We don't look for trouble, we just have fun. But there's always someone trying to show what they can do. Ooh. I only roll with my day ones. No apron, but my niggas, they will cook you. Yeah, don't let it be you.
This is a great track. I am really excited for this Goldlink album, and also I'm super excited to potentially see him on tour somewhere. I don't know where yet. I think he's on the Tyler the Creator tour, but I'm not 100% sure right now. But if he is, I'm definitely gonna go see him, because Goldlink is one of the only artists that's representing the DMV area, and he's also so swaggy, yo.
Yeah, with hearing this song, I'm very excited for the album.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. He's released some other singles too, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah, moving on to the second song of the month I have is Purple Emoji by Ty Dolla $ign featuring J. Cole.
Black angel with the regular name. Strangers I can never contain. My passion for you, I'm grabbing on you. In public, I know that you love it. I'm trying to put one more little boy in your stomach. No front and I keep it 100. If you was to leave me, I know I'm gon' plummet. Know I'm gon' plummet.
More than ever.
I need.
More than ever.
I know that I'm in trouble.
I need you.
I need you.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What a phenomenal track. You know, 2 great producers and 2 great artists on one song. I'm out here sending the purple emojis. Which purple emoji will not be said on this here podcast.
It's the eggplant, isn't it?
No comment. No comment on such affairs. But yeah, and my favorite song of this month by far comes to you from a new R&B hip-hop group called Cerati, and the song is called Oil.
I'ma be calling you when there's a time in need. Don't try to rock the boat, baby, just hold me close. I'ma be calling you when it's a time in need. I'll be loyal to you. If you are loyal to me, I'll be loyal to you.
And then you got Shorty with the short blonde hair with the vegan booty. Bruh. Vegan booty?
The vegan booty? Y'all never felt one of those before? It's a game changer, bro. It's so pure.
I might just pull up the slutty vegan in your local ATL just to see what's popping on the vegan booty. Nevertheless, those are my top 3 songs for the month of May, and I hope you all enjoy.
So now moving into our final category here, we got our 3 other songs that we have in rotation, because surprise motherfucker, we listen to other music outside of this month. That's right, we got memories. I'm gonna kick it off here with Flying Lotus's More featuring Anderson .Paak.
Yes, Lord. Someone hit me the other day for a rendezvous. Long time no see was the time she used. Bright eyes like the lights at the carnival. Held combos but never held accountable. How's your mama do? How your papa doing? Oh, me, I've been freer than the sample food. But like a sample loop, around and around I move until it's clear. Then I'm back to back in bags of loot. Spend years trying to steer.
Surprise, surprise, Flylo dropped another album. If y'all don't know who Flying Lotus is, he is the trippiest producer known to mankind. That's the only way I can describe him. It's the most accurate way to describe the man. He's done everything from fucking horrorcore to like the most angelic, heavenly meditation beats I've ever heard in my life. I would put him up there. If you're familiar with Nujabes, check this guy out. He's got some pretty interesting stuff.
Yo, quite the spicy take I have here. But I think this song is the embodiment of what Dr. Dre was trying to get with Anderson .Paak.
I see exactly what you're saying.
I think this is the embodiment of that.
Yeah.
And I think that Flylo is a better match producer for Anderson .Paak and his sound than Dr. Dre.
I would actually agree with you on this. That is a hot take, but it's the right take.
It's spicy.
It's spicy.
Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. But this how I feel, man. I don't know. I think Anderson snapped on this, and I feel like this is the vibe that fits his flow and his style of music the best.
Okay, so the next thing that I got on here comes all the way from the regions of South Central Los Angeles. The gentleman's name is Duckworth. We've mentioned him on the podcast before. He also dropped quite the little artistic project here recently, and a single that I would like to highlight off of it is called King King.
King, Mike and Night, double G-A. It rolls off the tongue like I'm cursing in French. Voulez-vous, my niggas, think you kindly with this tension. I speak that broken French and you can't fix that with a wrench. Mike and Night, double G-A. Please excuse my language, but this native tongue's legit. And ain't nobody fading when we start to throw a fist. A 5-finger clinch and make a...
If you're a fan of like Steve Lacy, LA Sounds, if you're just a fan of LA Sounds, like the internet, Steve Lacy, Odd Future, I think you'll really, really like Duckworth. This guy really goes out on his own to make his own independent music, and it tends to come out really, really good for being such a low, well-known artist.
Definitely. Duckworth is a great artist, and he also has great fashion taste.
And then the final song that I'm going to mention off of here goes back to Goldlink, because that's how fucking excited I am for this album whenever the fuck it's coming out. This song is called Zulu Scream.
Oh, na, na, na. Keep it on the low, na, na, na. If you don't know, you know, na, na, na. Then you can't catch me no more, it's any lie. No more, it's any lie.
Hurt me, baby, put it on me like blam. One leg up, made that booty go wham. Smoke so much, you done lost a pound. But I ain't even dripping, ass still hitting. Body gon' go, IG go. Snatch they wig, possess they soul. Man on road, squad on go, your neck on green.
If this doesn't land on the FIFA 2020 soundtrack, I'm fighting somebody in that studio.
EA Sports, we coming for you.
This is like the FIFA 2020 song. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's just something about the tribal beats. It's so multicultural. Dare I say it's a diaspora of sounds? Oh. Yeah, I think Goldlink is ready to come back with a lot of heat. I think this is about to be a new sound. Like, I've never heard him on like African beats before. So this is a pretty interesting place that Goldlink is taking us to, and I'm here for it.
Also, let me point out that the song features a man that I had mentioned a long ass time ago, who I'm glad is getting the American debut that he fucking deserves through Goldlink, which is a great medium to go through, is Malik Berry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so moving on to my other songs that I have in rotation this month. One was Groceries, which we had previously mentioned before. And then the second one is Mercedes by Blockboy JB.
Word. I heard your bitch know how to rap. I just might sign a hoe. And your crew on the line of mo. I shoot you where your spine to go. You say that you throwing a bullet, but tell me where the fuck a spiral go. Nigga, John Wall, what's up? Dan Burla, kick ya. We don't shake no hands with the opposition. Nigga, LA, Clipper, East Side, Cripper. Keep playing with my dog till I make them go and sick ya. How you got that bag when you roll it out?
Blockboy JB is the man to get you hyped up for the summertime. You already know what to expect from him. Shoo, shoo, shoo. But Blockboy JB actually delivers some really catchy bars on here, of course. And the other song that I have in rotation comes to you from a new artist from the LA area named Asia, and she recently dropped her first single called Top Me.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. Play that with 'em, with 'em. Slow down with 'em. Sometimes miss 'em. Play dodge with 'em. Play dodge with 'em. Slow down with 'em. Sometimes miss 'em. Play dodge with 'em. Play dodge with 'em. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow
it's a nice little upbeat record that'll definitely carry you through the summer. And I'm sure at some point, fellas, one girl is gonna start singing this song to you, and I hope you listen to the lyrics, because you could catch yourself in a very, very bad position if you don't. But those are the 3 songs that I have in rotation for the month of May. And finally, we got to the section that you all been waiting for. You already know what it is. The Don Dada himself. It's me, Mr. Jammers, the Juice Head, OJ the Real Juice, bringing you the Shakedown. Yeah, we really need to add in, we need to get a MIDI and add in some real applause or something, because I can't keep doing this. It's not coming across well. But anyways, for Rihanna, for joining Louis Vuitton as
it's huge. Not Louis Vuitton. LVMH.
Hennessy, the fashion house, with Fenty, making her the richest female in the game. Yes.
And the first black woman to start a fashion house under LVMH. This woman broke multiple barriers.
Yes, this woman has surpassed Beyonce in money, though. Let's talk about that. By herself. No man, no Jay-Z next to her. She's done so much, yo. And shout out to her for making the Fenty brand in general. The clothing looks phenomenal. The lingerie, of course. Your boy's about it. And the real shout out to her is thank you for making a makeup brand that caters to the diversity of women that exist in this world, because that's exactly what they needed. And I'm glad that you are becoming more successful off of this business endeavor. So shouts out to Rihanna, man. She's really been out here on her game. And I hear there's rumors that there is an album supposed to come out later this year. Next up, we have the man, one of my favorite artists, Toby Luz. Shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day 1 for you all. We appreciate you. We love you. And in honor of his mother, he actually released a track called Like My Mom, which is a smash. And I hope that you guys all check it out and listen to it. Make sure you support it and love your moms. Make sure you do that primarily, because without her, you would not have life. And she is the light of many of our lives. Next up, we have Jay-Z is officially a billionaire now. Round of applause for Jay-Z.
That's huge.
He's ugly, but he's a billionaire, so it doesn't matter.
He said that himself. That was a bar from one of his own songs.
Facts. Jay-Z knows what's up, man. He really does. Next up, we have a really interesting fact that Gym Class Heroes, believe it or not, their album Stereo Heart went 5 times platinum this month. Who's still listening to Gym Class Heroes, bro? It went 5 times platinum this month. That's nuts.
That's actually really, really strange. What? I gotta find out who's listening to this music.
Who is still listening? Who even knows who Gym Class Heroes is? It has to be somebody in our generation, in the 20 to 26 group.
It's gotta be somebody who's just really fucking with the year 2008.
God, their hands are still in the cookie jar. What are you doing? Come on. And finally, to wrap up the shakedown, the last 3 items of business we have is DJ Khaled drops Father of a Side with literally everybody in the hip-hop game on his album. And what does it do? It hits number 2.
This is the best thing that has happened to the whole music industry. Listen, on this podcast, we tend to stand DJ Khaled for the celebrity that he is. But let's not get it twisted. This dude doesn't do fucking shit. He doesn't produce. He doesn't get on a single track and spit bars. He buys beats off of other producers and is like, you know who would sound really good on this? Jay-Z! Why the fuck am I paying you to tell me that Jay-Z is gonna sound good on a track? Dumb motherfucker. Of course he's gonna sound... Listen, a 3-year-old could tell me that shit. Why am I paying you hundreds of millions of dollars? That's how you A&R? Fuck out of here, nigga.
Oh, man. I second that strongly. He's getting way too much credit for the things that he's not doing. He's doing everything that we say we think of when we hear a song. We're like, man, Jay-Z would be great on this track. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And then they gonna hate me, but I'm gonna win. And he wins. And he finally lost. So he shouts out to Igor for getting number 1 and whooping that ass, because nobody wanted to hear whatever the fuck he had on here. There was maybe 1 or 2 good songs.
At best.
The Nipsey, the John Legend Nipsey track, I like that track. But outside of that, I was like, this is just another grouping of DJ Khaled songs. He probably has hundreds of these. Like, this isn't an album. This is just some shit you put together. Anyways, off of that topic, the other thing I was going to mention is Ciara's remaining relevant with beauty marks. The album wasn't that great. I listened to the whole thing. It's like an album for new moms. Like, that's really what it is. Like, it's not for everybody. I don't know what she's telling a story. That's what she's doing. I know what she's doing. She's telling a story that needs to be told to get it off of her heart and to relate to young mothers. And I respect that. But that's not what I want to hear from you. Level up is what I want to hear from you, and more level ups. That's what I want. That's what I expect. And the last two things of business. Old Town Road went 7 times platinum. Shouts out to Lil Nas X for that. Wow.
Yeah.
Great job, my man. Old Town Road is a super great song. The video is hilarious. And
the
finally,
remixes are so funny.
Finally, the thing that I've been wanting to get to for the longest is Rolling Loud 2019. Ironically, my co-host, the young Johnny Curran himself, attended this year and was able to give us the first-hand look and experience of what Rolling Loud is actually like. So please tell us, man, what was your experience at Rolling Loud this year?
It was the most disorganized music festival I've gone to, but it was the best. It was the best music festival I've gone to. That's crazy, because I've gone to Coachella, Bonnaroo. I have yet to go to Lollapalooza, but that just seems like the same as Coachella and Bonnaroo, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. Somebody please correct me. I've gone to a couple of others, but I think the best thing about Rolling Loud, at least for me personally, is you're gonna like the music at every stage, at every time, because it's an artist that used to be on the radio that you've heard. Like, people on the side stages would be like Tyga, and like, you know, as much as I shit on Tyga has a discography. So the second you walk into the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, by the way, great location to have a music festival, because Miami in and of itself is a wild time. It is great music, and most importantly, all the people there are just our age, and they're just ready to turn the fuck up. So you gonna get into some ratchet shit. So I would say, if you're into ratchet shit, don't even spend your money on going to Coachella. Just go to Rolling Loud. Like, if you're into hip-hop and the culture that hip-hop just tends to create, you should definitely check out Rolling Loud.
That's pretty dope. I'm surprised that you said it was the best festival that you've been to, considering you've been to Coachella not once, but twice.
Yeah.
And you went when Beyonce performed.
It's true.
You saw Beyonce at Coachella. You saw Baychella. That is...
I felt it. Felt it in my spirit.
And that Rolling Loud was able to even match the energy of Baychella, nonetheless surpass the Coachella experience, is crazy. But, you know, to be honest, in that opinion, Baychella and Coachella were two separate items. They were not synonymous with one another. It was two different events. So wow, that's cool. I really hope that one day I could experience a Rolling Loud, considering it is just a raw hip hop festival. And hopefully next year, when your boy got some money in his pocket, he can do that.
I hope so, because I would like to run it back as well.
Yeah. But this has been another beautiful edition of the Jony and Kenton Music Podcast. We definitely hope to see you soon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That way you'll know whenever we post something. Hit that little bell so they'll tell you all. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, please make sure you give us a thumbs up, and so we can push up our podcast through the ratings. Thank you all, and good night.